Hello America, David R. here from fortruthsake.com, and I want to talk about Ebola today because it seems to be becoming quite the big deal now. I'm going to talk about the possibility of it being a false flag attack, and for those people that may question the validity of false flag attacks, I would just like to direct your attention to Operation Northwoods, which was a plan by the Joint Chiefs of Staff to stage terror attacks in the United States and blame it on Cuba. Many people think that this was one of the reasons that President Kennedy may have been assassinated, because of his refusal to go along with this plan. But it's real, it's unclassified, it is a factual event, so it is proof that false flag events are real. Just as the Reichstag fire in Germany was a false flag event as well. Anyway, with Ebola, there's a few things that I think people need to pay attention to. People should be asking questions about. And the first one, I'm going to direct your attention to a website, www.theeventchronicle.com. Here we have a claim that the people in Africa are actually claiming that Ebola isn't real and that the only people getting sick are those that are being injected with the vaccines over in Africa. If you remember, do you remember back in 2009 when the swine flu scare came about? It was pretty easy for the government to get everybody all hyped up and go stand in line for hours on end to get a swine flu vaccine. So when you consider this information, if this indeed is true, I'm not saying it's true or it's not true. I'm just saying that maybe people ought to start questioning it. The folks over in Africa are claiming that nobody's getting sick except for the people that are being given the vaccines. Okay? Well, and why is that important? Well, I'm going to direct you to another website. We all know who Bill Gates is, but what a lot of people don't know is that Bill Gates is a big contributor to Agenda 21 type projects. And to quote Bill Gates, I'm going to quote him right now. The world today has 6.8 billion people. That's heading up to about 9 billion. Now, if we really do a great job on new vaccines, healthcare, reproductive health services, we could lower that by perhaps 10 or 15%, about a billion people. That's Bill Gates. So when you take into consideration the fact that he's responsible for sending many, many, many millions of vaccines to Africa, in some cases to countries that are starving and receiving no food, but yet they're still receiving vaccines. And then again, I'd like to draw that back to 2009. Okay, the government convinced everybody to stand in line for long periods of time to get a swine flu vaccine. And we already know that as far as Ebola is concerned, they're working on a vaccine, and they're really hyping up the fear factor here. And it's kind of funny because every year, hundreds of thousands around the world die of the flu, and nobody panics about that. So far, the actual number of confirmed deaths by the World Health Organization, actual confirmed deaths from Ebola, is only 415. They're trying really hard to scare you with all this. And believe me, there is a vaccine in the works. The last thing I'd like to focus on here at this other website, PumbaByDesign001.com, was running an article this morning. Obama delivers Ebola to USA, expediting visas, immigration relief to nationals of Liberia, Guinea, and Sierra Leone. And basically what this article is claiming is that as this Ebola crisis started coming underway, Obama started granting people from these countries expedited visas, speeding up the immigration process for people coming from these countries that are experiencing the Ebola outbreak. And it seems to be legitimate. I mean, because the first man that died from Ebola was in fact was from Liberia. But like I told you, the article can be seen at PumbaByDesign001.com, and I think people ought to become aware of that. And because knowledge is power, and the more that we're aware of the things that are going on, the more that we can fight back, or the more we can inform ourselves. It is very possible, and I'm not saying it is one way or the other, but I'm just saying it's very possible that this is just another false flag attack, or that it's, the virus could be real, but they're just trying to use it as a means to create a crisis that they can do something about, when we know that that's their mindset already. The idea of false flag attacks doesn't sit well in a lot of people's stomach, but the fact of the matter is they are real. False flag attacks are real. Reichstag, Hitler started that fire and blamed it on his opposition party. I already mentioned Operation Northwoods. It's been written that Japan attacked Pearl Harbor because of the President of the United States limited their oil supply on purpose in order to draw the United States into the war. And so the world is rife with the false flag attacks. So don't think it's not possible that they're going to use this to the best of their advantage to exert top-down control, which is what they want. On that note, we'll see you later.